Right, so we are back. So we're gonna get into, like I said, some of these playoff series. So let's start with what I think, to me, is the best series in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs thus far, which is now 2-2. Portland and Denver just wrapped up not too long ago. Um, yeah, in Portland, a commanding victory over Denver today, 115-95. Um, we're going seven. I'm gonna say it right
Oh
now.
yeah.
This is going
Oh yeah. It's
seven.
seven. Yeah, it's seven.
These and I can't tell you who's going. I can't honestly tell you who's going to win. I'm just enjoying watching it. There's been some good basketball. Uh, the soon-to-be MVP Jokic, and then Mr. Dame Time. They've been trading. They've been coming to play like star players should. Like
Mm-hmm.
some star players don't.
We're gonna get to that.
I'll get to you
We're
soon,
gonna get to that.
Miami.
We're gonna get to
But
that.
but back to people who are actually handling their business. Yeah,
Oh,
Jokic and Dame Lillard. Um, yeah, they've been leading their teams, and I picked Denver. I picked Denver to win it,
and I
but
think Portland.
you did pick Portland. But oh man, like I said, it's just been good to
I,
watch. What's
to be
crazy though? What's crazy is I picked Denver, right? But obviously my allegiance is to Melo, and I love Dame as well. So I've been cheering for Portland watching the series, even though when we did our playoff picks for round one, I went with Denver. But it's just kind of like one of those things, like, but it's just been good basketball. So like it hasn't necessarily too much matter who was winning. I'm just enjoying the games, honestly.
yeah. To be honest, how you felt that way, I felt also. I picked the Trailblazers, but I was like, I really want the Nuggets to pull it though.
Right.
but like I said, man, this was one of the games I knew this was going to come down to the seven, no matter what. I knew it was coming down to seven. And what was the biggest takeaway of this? Like I said, was that sure, Dame and CJ is going to do everything possible, but for the Portland, for them to able to gain an advantage, their benches has to do something. And Norman Powell came up with almost 30 with 28 points.
Yeah, yeah. He had 29 today, which is crazy.
Oh, he told me. Okay,
Yeah, he outscored
29. Yeah,
he outscored Dame tonight or today, so
yeah,
that was crazy. And then
yeah,
Jokic only had 16, so
yeah.
eh,
So I mean, the Nuggets is definitely feeling the effects without Jamal Murray.
I've
I
been
mean,
watching the games, seeing that too. I was like, I don't know if he's playing, if this series is as tight. I think
well,
I think
he can't even touch the court.
Well, no, I know he just had surgery. He tore his ACL, so he's done. He's
Yeah,
not coming back.
yeah,
We're not worried
yeah.
about that. But I'm saying if he was healthy,
Oh,
I don't know if this
uh,
series is as close
yeah.
if they got Murray.
I would say I would still give him six. I will give him six. I will give him one less. I still,
Like I said, I like Compazzo though. Like for him
yeah.
to be
He's
have the
actually, yeah,
he's stepping up to the plate with him being out. So like
yeah,
that would have been somebody else who would have been coming off the bench to give you, to help your bench
right,
out.
yeah.
Because
So,
Aaron Gordon, let's be
nah,
real, you were the star in Orlando. Like that says a lot in this show, and like he hasn't impressed me at all this whole series. He's kind of
nah,
stuck. He's kind of stuck out for me watching the series. It's been kind of Aaron Gordon's like, if he can give you something consistent, then you'd be like, okay, but haven't really got much of that. But I guess he's
because
done enough. He's done a good job as far as defensively on Dame, though. I'll say that
right.
for the most.
I think, like I tell people, man, Aaron just had to get a solid mid. He has to open his game up because everybody knows he can dunk. He can score in the basket. They know that, so they're gonna try to close that off and try to make him score further away from the basket, and that's where it gets kind of shaky. So hopefully now he's in Denver and they're able to run an offense that's very like high on mid range shooting. They're like, I want to say in the top 10 in like mid range attempts. So like maybe that will help get him more confidence in the mid range. So when he can shoot those, open the lane up, maybe do it better. But for this series, yeah, this one's going to seven, and I really can't pick. I really can't.
Okay. So, kind of segueing off of Denver. Let's talk a little bit about one of the games last night. The Boston Celtics. They got them one.
But at what cost?
They got them one.
But at what cost? Let me put in retrospect. Let me help you out. Kemba Walker, what they traded to get there, had 6 points. Marcus Smart, he's really a second unit guy. He's not gonna.
I get what you're saying. Like Tatum had to drop 50.
Right.
Tristan Thompson had 19. Fournier had 17. Marcus Smart had 23.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not gonna happen again like that. Like
that's what I'm saying. In order that, and you see how much that took. Now look on the net side.
Yeah,
Kyrie,
yeah. Points. And Kyrie had a off night by 16, his standards. So if Kyrie even gives you his normal,
if Kyrie
gives you 30,
let's
say he just give you 30.
Yeah, I'll give.
But what's the crazy part, like you're saying though, is what can happen easily on any given night. All three of them can give you 40.
All of them.
All three, Harden, Kyrie, and KD, they can all give you 40. I don't know if the Celtics can play another game like that. So you're right. But I like the fact that, they dug deep and they didn't go out like some other team.
Right. Oh, we're gonna get to that. Like I said, and please, Celtics fans, please don't get me wrong about Tatum. I loved him. I think he's a very good player to be in that and on that team in that system. It's just that
I think he'd be a very good player somewhere else.
I think he'll be a great player somewhere else. But it's just that I just can't see him doing 50 points for the next 4 games.
I actually could. Tatum's that good that Tatum could drop 50 next game.
Right.
The supporting cast going to give you what they gave you. That's the question. Because again, Harden or KD or Kyrie and if just two of them give you 40, and then the other one give you 16 again, and then you have Tatum with his 50, but then you have everybody else.
Kimba with 6,
barely double digits. It ain't going down. Them boys getting boxed up.
Your second leading scorer is your center.
And we already know Tristan Thompson is not consistent in that.
It's not a scorer like that. That's
what
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Tatum can't drop 50 because he can. He can. It's just that can he drop 50 and still win it? That's the problem. If he can drop 50 and win it. Because
that's how I felt the other night about John Morant and them. Ja had 47 and they lost. They lost by 12. I'd have been sick.
Oh yeah. Because you gotta think about it. It's like, and it's not saying like, oh, they're not stepping up and everything. Sometimes a player gets cold. Sometimes somebody gets cold. It's nothing you can do. It just doesn't go down. But it's just that it's hard. If they had like anybody else, they're like, okay, we can slide with this. This is the Nets. This is Vegas, one of Vegas top rated players to win it all. Like they have a lot riding on this. So this is you're going against a hard task right now.
Yeah.
So it's good they got to win.
Yeah, they got to win, but I need to see if they convince me, tie the series up, and then we'll talk Boston. But I'm still Nets in 5 still. That's how I'm looking now.
It is 2-1, right?
Yeah, Nets in 5.
So they okay.
Nets in 5, yes. Unless Boston can show me otherwise, Nets in 5 still. Like I don't think they can. I don't think they can play another game like that.
No.
So
I mean, yeah, I'll still give them 5. Yeah.
Now onward, as I just mentioned, the Grizzlies and Jazz are also tied 1-1. They will they're going to play later on tonight. So we'll recap that probably Tuesday, but when we record on Tuesday. But yeah, John Morant went off the other night on Wednesday, but like I said, it was just not enough. He dropped 47, 4 and 7, And like I said, they still lost what by 12. So it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Mike
The,
Conley, man. Yay.
the thing about that though, I think everybody contributed.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell coming back. I didn't know if he was going to be, be right into a groove. He's missed a lot of games, but he came back and gave you 25 first game back. So that was good. Conley, obviously, uh, Bogdanovich. So, I mean, it was just an all around team win. Like everybody did their part.
Right.
So, um, this series, I picked Utah though.
Uh,
I wrote with
yeah.
I wrote with the 1 seed. But
I went Utah.
I don't know. I like them boys though. I like y'all them. They're young and hungry. Um,
Like, but like I said, he has the same Celtics situation.
yeah,
John can give you points. Can everybody else give you it?
yeah,
I have a
yeah,
problem with that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Long term though, I still like the Jazz.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough to change my mind. I'll be watching the game tonight, and we're gonna see who wants it tonight. But
Yeah.
I mean, the fact they were able to they took the first one and shot everybody. Took it in Utah, so
Yeah.
we'll see. It's gonna be in Memphis tonight, so we're gonna
Mm.
see what they can do at home. So other game or other series, you got Atlanta and the Knicks.
Ah.
1-1. The Knicks came
Yeah.
back. They mounted a
Yeah.
comeback.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the Hawks fans were not pleased with Julius Randle and call him overrated.
Well, I mean, he's played like it. I mean, is it not warranted? I'm just saying
Yeah. I mean,
the way he's been playing.
it's 14 points. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I get it. I get
But
it.
what I want to talk about is the rejuvenated, the fresh legs. Derrick Rose, my boy,
Oh,
dropped 30.
yeah.
Oh, okay. 36-5. Okay. That's the reason they won this game. Where Randall uh, hasn't really performed as well as he did in the regular season in the playoffs thus far to his most improved player of the year standards.
Mm-hmm.
Derrick Rose, on the other hand, who I felt should have been sixth man of the year, but neither here nor there. He has been he's been looking good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Knicks are going to go as far as Rose is going to take him. I don't think Randall. And
Mm.
really, if we're being real, you know, we're just Knicks fans. I think if they're being really honest, they knew that this was only going to last so long. Like y'all weren't going to make no,
Oh,
you
yeah.
weren't going
They
to
were.
make no deep run.
This ain't no NCAA double Cinderella story.
Yeah, you guys aren't. You're probably not going to conference championship. Like you're not definitely not going to the finals, right? Like let's just
Right.
like we kind of everybody knows that, right? Uh, it would be nice to get out the first round, but I mean, again, at this point, as long as you don't go out like that team in South Beach,
We're gonna
hey,
get
I
to.
ain't mad at you.
We're gonna get to
Boy,
that. We're gonna get.
no,
We're
fuck
gonna get to
that.
that. We're going to get to that. But there's actually a question before we get to the Mavericks and Clippers game because that one is just surprisingly. So what would be the biggest disappointment in New York? Would it be the Knicks going out in the first round or the Nets losing in the finals?
The Nets losing in the finals.
I know. You'd be surprised how many people percentage said the Knicks won.
Well, that's just Knicks fans.
Yeah,
Recency recency bias, and they're finally in the
yeah,
playoffs, so they feel like
yeah.
the Knicks are back. The Knickerbocker, no.
Yeah, I was like,
Great
no.
story. Good to see y'all back in the playoffs. But if we're being realistic with the team you have right now, it was only built to go so far. Second round at best.
At best.
Because one, they don't even play good on the road. All season they haven't played good on the road. They're a home team. They play way better at home than they do on the road. So that's that. And when you start playing the higher seeds in the playoffs and having to go into those hostile environments, I don't think they're built for that. Now,
Yeah.
one thing I do like about them, I think they set themselves up maybe for potential free agents, whereas a couple years ago, or shit, even as recent as last year, nobody that's a free agent wants to go sign with the Knicks. Maybe now they're seeing what they got starting to cook over there with Julius Randle and RJ Barrett and Derrick Rose going over there now. Maybe somebody will say, "Hey,
You know
I could
what?
go. I could go over here and add to this." So maybe. But as of with the team they got right now, you guys made the playoffs. That's a win. You haven't done it what 10 years. Congratulations. Enjoy it. So Clippers.
Hmm.
I mean,
Who would knew that a 23-year-old from Pennsylvania would be the biggest problem in LA?
yeah. Well, Kawhi showed up last night. That's what happened. Kawhi finally woke up.
Yeah, but huh,
I mean,
yeah, but
nah, Luca's still cooking them boys, but it wasn't. It
Luka's
wasn't.
still cooking. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, awesome, you gotta win. Luka's cooking y'all. He cooking the. He's chef Warren Ramsey in the kitchen with y'all.
See, the thing is though with this series, how it was looking the first two games is Kawhi wasn't necessarily on offensively,
Mm,
and then you had people like Tim Hardaway Jr.
going
going
off,
crazy.
going
So
off.
now when Kawhi is on, which he should be because he's the other star on that team, and Tim
Right.
Hardaway kind of was relegated back to his normal, role. What he gave you 12 and 6 last night.
Right.
So if he's not overachieving and Kawhi isn't underachieving by his standards, no matter how dynamic Luca is, it's kind of just Luca. Like you were saying about Ja Morant, it's kind of just Luca. You can say what you want about Porzingis, but it's really kind of just Luca. Finney's cool, but it really is kind of just Luca. So
Here's the
as
thing.
long as Kawhi and them do their thing, they shouldn't be down 2-1 right now anyways, or 1-2 right now anyways.
That's what I'm
Nobody
saying.
thought that. They
That's what I'm
wanted they
saying.
wanted to play them.
That's what I'm saying. That's my problem. That's the thing. You have
Y'all
probably
pretty much
arguably
handpicked this team. Y'all lost games on purpose to avoid playing another certain team to get this team, and they give you all you can handle.
so if they're giving you all you can handle, what's the whole point of losing?
Because they didn't want to play the team that Phoenix is playing.
Well, and it looks like the Phoenix team is going through the same thing they're going through.
Yeah.
So what's the point? Anyways, moving on.
So yeah, we can go back. We can go to that game, the Lakers and the Suns. So now that series is now being led 2-1 by the Los Angeles Lakers. And this one, it wasn't really, yeah.
No.
It was just the Lakers being the Lakers at this point. Crowder
Yeah, but
struggled. I believe, didn't he get ejected?
oh, yeah, Devin Booker. Yeah.
Yeah, Booker got ejected. Crowder got
Yeah.
ejected.
Yeah.
Emotions were running high. The Lakers were in their bag. AD responded. Boy dropped 34 and 11. He wasn't playing with the boys. He
Well,
knew he had to be better. You had some stuff with, a couple games ago with LeBron getting in your boy's face for not taking open shots when they're losing. Uh, KCP. So, I mean, it looks like they hashed out whatever little wrinkles they were having. But this is the Lakers formula. Let's not sleep, boys. This is the Lakers formula. Look at what they did last year. Gentlemen's sweep. They lose the first game. They fill you out. See what you got, and then the rest of the way through.
they'll adjust.
Yeah. And this is what it's looking like. Unless Phoenix can show me something else different, this one is looking like it might be 4-1. They gave him that first one, just kind of feel him out. See, they threw their best punch, so to speak, at him, and they haven't really responded since. So we shall see. I think this next game is gonna tell it all. If they go
Yeah,
down 3-1,
yeah, it's GG's.
it's done.
Yeah, it's GG's in
It's
chat.
done. Yeah, they gotta tie the series. So Phoenix fans, it's a must win for you. Just so you know, y'all need this one. I
I'm
know
rooting.
I know you can say it's a 7-game series, but nah, if y'all go down 3-1,
It's over.
it's
But I'm rooting for y'all. I'm really rooting for y'all. I
oh yeah,
really do.
he actually picked y'all. He did.
Actually, I'm rooting for. Oh, I know. I picked the Lakers, but I'm rooting
Oh,
for them. No, I picked the Lakers, but because I ain't crazy, but I'm rooting for them. I'm not crazy, but I'm rooting for them. I really am. I hope y'all prove me wrong. I want y'all to prove me wrong. I really do.
and then we have
Here we go.
no, it's one more. It's one more
Oh yeah.
before they
You're
get
right.
that
You're right.
work. It's one
Oh
more
yeah.
before their
You're
boys
right.
get cooked.
I forgot. You're right. You're right.
The Washington Wizards and the Philadelphia 76ers.
2-0.
Uh yeah,
So
2
2-1.
0
Or did
and
2-0.
right now it looks like it might be going 3-0. Philly's currently up 71-58 at half.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is GG's.
Yeah. Um
GG's.
yeah, they might be might be some more brooms coming out today. Well, not today. It'll be when they play again. So y'all good today.
Yeah.
It's only one team got brooms today. But
We're gonna get to that.
yeah. Does this surprise you though?
Me? No.
I mean,
Um.
the fact that
Listen.
the Wizards made the playoffs with an under 500 record. I mean, I don't know what you really expected, but from any of those teams that would have been in the East, the Eastern side from the bubble,
Mhm.
who did you really expect to, be able to
To
beat
beat it,
Philly?
I didn't have nobody to beat Philly.
Like if the Pacers would have made it, would the Pacers
If
have been doing any better? Like
I
realistic?
felt like a little bit better. Yeah.
So they get a game. What
I'll
they
give him
lose
one.
4-1?
I'll give him a game because let's just be honest. Because Sabonis and Miles Turner is still two centers. They might not have like incredible season, but last year Sabonis was an all-star, and Miles Turner was in the conversation
Hey,
of
look, check
defensive
this
player
out.
of the year.
Check this out, Spence. Don't
So
don't ever talk to me about last year because as we seen, last year don't have nothing to do with
oh,
people do
I
in
got you. I
this
got
playoffs.
listen,
So I don't care about
listen. We're gonna get
last
to that.
year.
We're gonna get to that. I'm just saying. We're gonna
I
get to
don't care.
I got it. So, anyways, the Wizards don't have really a what I'm meaning is
They
that
don't
the
have a
Wizards don't have a
snowball's
center.
chance in hell of winning this series.
The
Say
Wizards
it.
don't have a set. The Wizards don't have a center, so they can't stop
They
Embiid.
don't have a snowball's chance in hell of beating the 76ers in
I
this
mean, yes, they
series.
don't. I mean, I picked the 76ers. I knew they do. And I want Bradley Beal to leave. Bradley, leave. Go somewhere. I don't care anywhere. If you want to be a Laker, hell, just be a Laker. I'd rather you.
Bradley has to realize, and I think he's realizing it now. The whole thing with him and John Wall, it was like Bradley Beal felt like he was that guy, but that was always John Wall's team. You were Robin, and that's cool. You were a great Robin, but you were Robin. When John Wall was healthy, you were Robin. That was always John Wall's team. And now you see, look, you come over there, or Russ comes over there. I mean, you're dropping your points, you're doing your thing, but like Bradley Beal can't lead a team by himself. Let's just be real with you. He just can't. He's not that. He's not that type of guy. It's not. He can't do what Dame's done for Portland, even though he has a McCollum, right? But what Ja's
Game's
trying to
on the
do
line.
with the Grizz, like it's certain, like it's just not. It's not that. It's not that with Beal.
Yeah.
He's not that. He's not that guy, and that's not saying he. It's not a knock against him because he's a good player, but once he kind of accepts that role, that'd probably be better for him. But until then, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of
leave. That's what I'm saying. Just leave.
a lot of long seasons in Washington.
Just leave. Just leave. You're not.
That pride, man.
That probably is going to be the downfall.
he he could have been the South Beach at one point too. There was some rumors going around.
Hell, I'll take you as hell. I'll accept you as a Laker. Fine, whatever. Just get a ring, whatever. Just leave.
All right, so here is one more game.
Here we go.
One more series.
Here we go.
It's now over that we're going to talk about.
No.
That just ended earlier. Game took place at 1:30. But I kind of need time for this one. So just give me a second here. We're going to come right back and we're going to get into the Miami sweep in the Milwaukee Bucks.
We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.